4. Welcome back to another episode of These Crazy Fools That Just Keep Eating Meat and Can't Stop Talking About It. I'm Tom. We got Justin and we got Ray, a couple of the usual suspects. Today we're doing another sort of article takedown slash taking on the vegan slash retorting against the propaganda, the plant-based propaganda, because we've heard it all our lives and we realize now what a big mistake it was for us. So we feel that we need to be a voice of opposition. Please tell me you can't hear that dog barking.
I do.
All right, Justin, you want to take it away? Justin's going to share the article. It's a short read. It's like only 2 minutes. So he's going to read some of it. We're going to tear it apart and go from there.
For sure. Thank you. So all meat carnivore diet advocates should be jailed, says doctor. So it's credible, right? Just so people know, this is from plantbasednews.org. We could probably every week do a video on an article that they come up with. I mean, it would make our job super easy, but let's challenge ourselves, right? That might get boring. Oh no, I'd probably have fun. Me and Tom would probably have fun. But
actually, can we start with the title?
Sure.
What's very interesting here is, first of all, it says all meat carnivore diet advocates. Advocates, that means you're just for all meat, you should be jailed. And here's the other problem, says a doctor. The doctor is the one that prescribes and tells you what you're supposed to eat. So technically, you have no legal liability whatsoever when you're just passionate about something. You can say that to you're blue in the face. Nobody else, but as a doctor saying it, in his case, then I don't know. That has a lot more weight than just advocates. That's what worries me. That it says advocates, if that makes sense. That means any of us, just because we're saying carnivore is just great.
Yeah, so we get to go to vegan gulag just for making these videos. Where they force feed you only vegan. So this is the definition of the carnivore diet. According to them, the carnivore diet, which involves followers eating either an all meat or 95% meat diet, was recently debunked by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Oh, we should grab that article too.
Debunked,
The debunking by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. If you guys want to throw that up, maybe we could do a bonus episode. But this is written by Maria Colorado. I feel like we've run into her before, maybe not. All right, here we go. Advocates of the carnivore diet should be jailed. One top doctor, has jokingly suggested. It's just a joke, guys. Let's cut it down. There's no reason to go over this. Don't worry. It's just a joke, right?
He meant it until his attorney said, yeah, you better not say that. Let's pretend
as a doctor, you probably don't want to say that, right? Yeah.
Let's pretend it was satire, just like, what's his name that makes those videos like Bowling for Columbine?
Totally know his name.
Can't remember his name, but anyways, like he said it was a documentary.
Michael Moore.
Yeah, he said it was a documentary. He won awards as documentary, and then later on said he made up stuff, and they're like, well, how could you do that? And he's like, because it was satire. That's a Fuhrmanism.
Definitions of the carnivore diet vary, but for many it involves eating an all-meat diet with no other products. Some people incorporate up to 5% of other items like eggs. Now that's eggs are vegan? Like what?
What? That's an interesting comment.
I mean, I guess
I think that's meat, right?
I guess eggs are pre-meat. I mean, they're not
I know, right?
Yet.
Maybe the eggs they eat. I don't know.
That's very, very weird. I mean, okay. I guess we'll just run with it.
Right.
Dr. Fuhrman, a diet which has come under scrutiny from many, was blasted by plant-based advocates. Dr. Joel Fuhrman during an episode of Mark Bell's Power Project podcast. The podcast has previously featured carnivore guests, notably Dr. Sean Baker, who is famously anti-vegan. Sorry, that just made me laugh. Famously anti-vegan. just so that you guys know, I have a friend that calls me the supreme
Anti-
anti-vegan.
Really?
we
Yeah.
should ask Sean. Hey, Sean. So, do you label yourself as an anti-vegan? See
Anti-vegan?
what he said.
Right. We really should.
Well, first of all, anti-vegan. So what? That means you're hating on anybody who does vegan? I mean, I don't think that's what Dr. Baker does. He just feels like the diet itself is stupid, which I do too. Does that make me anti-vegan?
Probably.
The people, I'm very. I mean, I'd love to convert people, vegans to carnivore. So
Yeah,
I
and a lot of
actually,
vegans convert themselves because they get so sick of
exactly,
vegans.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I think it's fair to say that Sean's pretty much anti Joel Furman since Joel Furman said Sean should go to jail. So there's one vegan
Exactly.
that he's anti for sure.
Yes. Good. Good. Well said.
Right. Dr. Furman is a board certified family physician and 6-time New York
Oh,
Times
wow.
best-selling author.
He has authority.
He has authority. Sean, how many New York best
New
times
York.
selling
Yeah. Right.
winnings do you have, Sean?
Yeah.
Quite suspect. I don't know. Let's see. The show also describes him as an internationally
International.
recognized expert on nutrition and natural healing, who specializes in preventing and reversing diseases through nutritional methods.
Okay.
All right. Dr. Baker has defended the carnivore diet in the past, saying its benefits include satiety and appetite regulation, craving and addiction extinction, provides thermic effective protein, normalizes gut permeability, and stabilizes glucose levels.
What's this thermic effective protein?
I do not know what that means either.
Come on,
Like,
Huh?
guys.
Huh?
You don't know about the thermogenic effect of protein.
makes you warm and burn fat.
Is that what
Well,
it is?
you know, like the meat sweats.
Meat sweats.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a meat sweat. Okay, got it. Okay. That's an interesting way of describing it, but okay.
Hey,
I
when you
don't.
use big words, people believe you because like they don't know any better.
Right.
I don't remember him ever advocating thermic
Thermic
effect
effective
of
protein.
protein.
I've never heard that word before. Okay.
Um, he added, I don't know who they're talking about. Dr. Baker,
I
based
guess.
on the strength of evidence available, there isn't much, so we can't make those claims that it is a miracle diet. It will not make you live longer, or we can't make those claims.
More like we
That's
can't make those claims. That's all.
we
I
can't
mean,
make.
nobody can make those claims.
Well,
We don't have crystal balls.
I asked you guys that question before we even started, right? I mean, vegans don't live longer than we do.
Right.
You know, vegans and vegetarians are the same incidence of heart disease. You know, even doctors don't live longer than the rest of us. And you see how many of these guys like Joel Furman, how terribly they age.
Right.
So
Right. It's not going to save you from a disease. It might make you healthier. And for a lot of people, it has. And it will definitely cure you of veganism. That I can say definitively. Nice.
I
Pretty
like
good.
that. I'm
Pretty
glad they
good
added
shot
that.
there. I'm assuming this was the podcasting question.
I guess so.
Uh,
if you find it interesting that we don't see pictures of Joel Furman with his shirt off ever? Is that Frank Tufano back there?
That's Stefano.
I think so. That's
Yeah.
Frank Tufano.
That's a weird picture.
Isn't that Fuhrman right there? That's Fuhrman right
Yeah,
there.
that's Furman.
Yeah, that's.
It does not look that good anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
He looks much
67.
older. But he is older. Yeah, he is older.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I think he's 67. I looked it up earlier.
So
That's-
he's got 10 years on Baker, right? Wait, how old's Baker?
He's about 55, 56.
55? Okay, yeah, 56. Something like that. Yeah.
I hope I'm right. Sorry if I'm not, Sean.
Okay, Dr. Fuhrman, who is a proponent of a nutrient-dense but low-calorie plant-based diet, spoke about the carnivore diet and its advocates during the episode. You're getting a lot of bad information that's killing people, he said, and and those people should be put in jail that you're having on your show. They should be stopped. We should silence them. He laughed.
Wow, we should silence them. Damn.
I think Mark called him out on it and said, so you're saying they should put Sean Baker in jail? I think he actually asked that question in that, if I'm not mistaken. This was a while ago. This had to be a year ago or something. Seems like
No, a few months ago, I think, when he was on that Mark Bell show. It wasn't that long ago.
really.
Well, I guess a year ago, meaning 2020. Yeah, you're right. A year ago. It is 2021. That's a good point. That was last year. Yes.
Dr. Fuhrman then added, the most proven methodology to slow aging, I should say, the only proven methodology to slow aging and living longer is moderate calorie restriction in an environment of micronutrient excellence. And by micronutrients, I mean vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and antioxidants.
Meat. That's the micronutrient excellence. And yeah.
I'm not sure if I want phytochemicals in my body.
Yeah, you don't want phytochemicals or antioxidants because, yeah, that has issues by itself.
All right, Ray. Not to one up you. That episode that we're talking about, it's Mark Bell's Power Project, episode 199.
Yeah.
It aired live with Joel Fuhrman, April 10th, 2019.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was a while back.
Oh, that's way back. Oh man, I just saw it recently, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Well, he could have been on again, but I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm thinking of.
No, you're probably right. You're probably right. I didn't pay attention to the date. I just watched it recently. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, 2019.
We'll have to definitely drop a link for our video.
Well, I'm surprised they're
picking
it up. Yeah,
for sure.
Defining aging, Dr. Fuhrman said it is the buildup of metabolic toxins and waste products. He added that just eating more calories in general produces more free radicals, and that the more calories you eat, the faster your metabolic rate gets. The faster your metabolic rate, the faster you're aging, he concluded.
Interesting.
And no citation there, Mr. Dr. Fuhrman. And that's the end of the article. Ooh, there's comments. Can we?
I want to hear comments. Yeah, let's do comments. Let's see.
Will we be doxing people? I mean, it's a public site.
Yeah, I think we should leave a comment.
What?
We should leave a comment while we're here.
Oh, you want to? Should we leave a comment? I have to like log in.
Let's see what the comment says.
All right, this should be fun.
I like that. It's a misnomer for omnivores calling themselves carnivores. I totally agree.
It's a misnomer for omnivores to call themselves carnivores. These people are meat lovers. Lions and tigers don't get heart disease, and they can eat meat all day long.
That's right.
Only omnivores and herbivores develop heart disease from eating meat. So these are meat lovers. And as all the data shows, if they continue to experiment with their bodies, there will be no doubt what will happen to them. And the result of what their behavior does to their bodies will be clear.
I could have said it better. Well said, Jonathan.
I'm honestly a little confused if this is pro or
I think it's not, because he says all of the data shows if they continue to experiment with their bodies, there will no doubt what happens to them. There will be no doubt what happens to them.
Yeah, then go carnivore.
No, I think this guy's saying that. I think he's saying that we're omnivores and we're not carnivores or whatever.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Darn, I read that wrong. I was thinking he was advocating for carnivores.
Dang, they're getting ripped in these comments.
What about this? Patrick Proctor says, please explain why there are no long-term carnivore dieters with heart disease. And please also explain the Inuit, Tokelau, Maasai, Sean Baker, Paul Saladino, Ken Berry, Ivor Cummins, and Dr. Ben Bickman have CAC scores of 0.
Nice.
You can't really honestly make that claim. How do you initially know that all carnivore diet adherents are free of heart disease? Well, we know they're not, because a lot of people became carnivores because they had heart disease.
Because they had, yeah, like me.
Right.
That's right.
So, yeah. But anyways, let's leave a comment. Let's leave something witty. We don't have to think of it right now.
Yeah, we definitely should. I'm just looking for some more first fun stuff.
How dare you tell a cow what I should eat?
What the hell?
I don't need a vegan to tell me their way is best, or a carnivore either. As an adult, I am capable of eating without all your misguided intentions. Dr. Fuhrman should be taken care of, as he jokingly said of others who don't agree with him. You all need to mind your own business, says Beth Harrell.
See, those people are fun. The balanced diet people, as I call them, because it's like you just, I mean, you just don't want to change anything, and you don't care about optimal health, and it's just really funny, and it's just kind of like I honestly, I respect the vegans for at least making an effort of like, hey, there's something wrong here, let's make some changes. But the people that are like all you can get out of them is balanced diet.
Yeah, right.
It's
And
very
there's no description for that.
Oh yeah, I get that all the
Right.
time. I get that even from family members, and they're like, "Well, I believe in eating a balanced diet," and I'd say,
Yeah.
"What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah.
What does that mean?" And then, the irony is, in the article they're talking about metabolism, and how many of us have seen how this insane amount of food that vegans eat, right?
Yeah, they can eat a lot.
They just eat an insane amount of food because
and they're hungry all the
the
time.
nutrient levels
eating
are so
constantly.
poor, right?
Yeah, they're eating constantly. They're
Yeah.
like freaking cows.
Right. And we got a lot of people who are just like, "Oh, I only feel like eating once a day.
Yeah.
I eat a pound of meat or two, and then I don't feel like eating all day."
Everybody who goes on the carnivore diet that I've coached, they're surprised how full they are, and they can only eat like at the most, after about a month or two, they can only eat twice 2 meals, a day, and they're like, I'm too full for the third one.
Ooh, I found a fun one. Fun fact: human beings are not carnivores. Let that.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, hot
Yeah.
take. Hot take.
Well, I have to agree with this guy. We human beings are probably not carnivores. We are lipivores. We are fat hunters.
Touche.
Did you guys hear that noise?
Yeah.
I did not.
Justin had that little. That was pretty good, Justin. How'd you do that effect?
Yes, effect.
You didn't hear it? Yeah.
This is a great little sample of online humanity here, where people are just going on and on, picking on each other.
Right.
I say we throw a few bombs in and drive away.
Right.
That's
All right. Should I stop? Oh no, this one looks fun. As I always think to myself and say to others, everything in moderation. Hot take. Love the take. Didn't Dr. Atkins of the Atkins diet craze basically say virtually the same thing as the keto diet proponents do? Yeah, then he died of a heart attack.
No, it's a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, it was totally
He had
not
a brain.
heart attack.
Yeah, he slipped on the ice.
Slipped on the ice. Yeah, hit his head.
And
Why do they always?
I heard this too, like, that like he was all ballooned up and everything when he died, but
yeah.
I've been to the hospital wait for a friend to go through surgery, a long surgery, and when my friend came out of surgery, they put so much fluid in him we didn't recognize him. They wheeled him out and said, "Oh, here he is. He'll be coming around in an hour or two," and we're like, "That's the wrong person," and they're like, "Oh no, he just swelled up from all the IVs we put in him."
Mhm.
Really? And yeah, that's him. And sure enough, a few hours later, he looked normal. So yeah, to say that, oh, he was fat when he died and he died of a heart attack.
Yeah, because I heard
his heart might have failed, but he had a traumatic brain injury. He didn't have congestive heart failure. So, and I believe he had some sort of, like Dr. Atkins had like a heart valve issue or something earlier on in life, but like it didn't contribute to his death or anything. It wasn't-
Well, that was probably before his diet too.
Yeah.
If he even did the diet, I heard he didn't keep up with his own diet.
well,
actually.
it wasn't congestive heart failure, which is typically what we're talking about when we say heart disease, right? Where you
Yeah.
get our, blockage of the coronary arteries. That's not what he died from. It's not the problem he had. So yeah, all this is just, what do we call it? Bro science, old
Yeah.
wives' tales.
Exactly.
Just I don't know what's the modern equivalent of people just repeating stuff that's not true.
Snake oil salesman. Oh, well, wrong thing.
Democrats?
That's good. Oh my God, you did that, Justin. Great.
Send all your hate mail to Justin. He loves hate mail.
I just want to keep going with this guy's comment because it's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah,
do that.
then he died of a heart attack. His supporters would later try to retract that as his cause of death and instead blame it on something else entirely. But I do believe his diet killed him. Great. With that said, sure, I limit my carbs, but I still eat a bowl of non-instant oatmeal each morning, along
Nice
with
limit.
along with one poached egg throughout the day. I eat lots of vegetables and oily fish about twice a week. I'll make a beef roast or a rack of lamb for dinner. Other days it's fish or whole wheat linguine with garlic, virgin olive oil, and a few anchovies on top to replace added table salt. My point here is a moderation with foods like meats and other high saturated fat containing foods. It's very close to a Mediterranean diet for the most part. At age 55, my health is perfect and I'm well below my maximum weight for my height. Well, there you go, James. Thank you for telling us all how to eat. Now, my question is, um, for the millions of years of human history, where was this garlic, X olive oil, anchovies, steel cut oats, a poached egg? Yeah, where was the access points? Just
Well,
let
we
me know.
probably stole plenty of eggs from all kinds of animals.
We probably did
Birds,
get
turtles, snakes, crocodiles, whatever. We probably stole their eggs and ate them. Sure.
Yeah.
Ducks.
Yeah, I totally believe that part. Yeah.
All you got to do is go through the garbage piles that humanity left to know what we ate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got nitrogen isotopes. I never hear, so none of these discussions that we see around these articles has anything. They all say, well, the data is shows us that meat kills you, gives you heart disease, but they never talk about studies. They don't talk about nitrogen isotopes. They don't talk about comparing the mummies. They don't talk about the trash pits of habituated sites. They don't talk about the tool marks on the fossilized bones. They don't talk about any of that stuff. They're all blissfully ignorant of the real science, right? That's what articles like this are. They're anti-science.
That's it.
That's it.
Well said. Well
100%.
said.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess my point was, well, then in those piles, where are the steel cut oats? Where is the
Do you guys know that mystery of the Neanderthals? So they had Neanderthal skeletons and skulls, and in the calculus on the teeth, they're finding these little things. I think they're called osteolites, and they're actually little tiny mineral formations that show up in plants. And they're trying to figure out. They knew exactly where this osteolite came from, and it was some plant. And they're like, why would they eat that? There's no way they're going to get any nutrition out of that plant. Why would they eat that, right? They eventually figured out that the reason why the Neanderthals had eaten that plant was because it was the food of their food. And these guys would just eat the entire stomach full of the plant content that the animal had partially digested. So for a long time, it's like, oh, look, these Neanderthals actually did eat some plants. And then they realized, well, these plants are non-nutritious plants. And the only way that even a Neanderthal could eat them was if another animal had already digested them for him. So that's a little something about plants we might have ate in the past. And I believe that even Stephenson talked about that in
Fat of the
Fat of
land.
the Land, that sometimes in desperate times they would eat the stomach contents of the caribou. So the caribou munch on lichen and stuff like that, or maybe it was some other animal, but yeah, they would eat the partially digested contents.
You know, I am a little disappointed by this comment section. I mean, they got wrecked. I mean, they got like, for the most part, that on their own page, people are just not picking up the vegan um, Beyond Meat. You know, it's
Yeah.
just it's not happening, which is good. I mean, I get that, but you know, doesn't make for great content for us. But oh well, you know, if it's
You know,
already people are debunking it in the comments.
it's some fodder for jokes. We should just sit down and write jokes and just drop in there.
Yeah, really should. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of vegans. You know, it's not like, but yeah, I think their numbers are faltering. I mean, every day, you know, we're in several Facebook groups, and there's someone that's like, "Oh yeah, I was vegan, but now I'm doing carnivore." Like it happens all the time, and I have yet to really hear anyone go, "Oh yeah, I've been carnivore for like 2 years, and now I'm vegan." Like I haven't heard that story. Maybe I'm just in the wrong groups, but you
It'll
know,
happen
I
sooner
just
or
haven't heard it.
later. Doesn't Sean have a vegan recovery group?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's how common it is for vegans to switch to carnivores, because they go vegan and then they get malnourished, and then one day they have a little bite of fish, or they eat an egg, or they eat a little piece of hamburger, and they go, "Oh my god, my brain came back to life. Oh my god, my sexual functions returned. Oh my god, I feel so much better. Holy crap, I've been avoiding meat because I thought it was killing me, and now I find out that's what I needed all along." And so, yeah, I more power to them. Those people go to a lot of trouble to change their diet, and they think they're doing it for all the right reasons. But I mean, we're all here because we've all been led down the wrong path. We've all been
Right.
given the wrong
yeah.
information. We're all the victims of bad information, like poor Dr. Joel Fuhrman. He's married to bad information. So, but since he can make jokes about putting us in jail, we should just have
Well,
some fun at his expense, right?
let's be honest. He makes his money off of this too, so he's going to be totally biased. You know, so there's no way he's ever going to change his mind about this, even if he finds out and does a carnivore diet himself. He'll never say it. I'll tell you that right now. Too much money depends on it for him.
Well, and that's the thing. To get them to flip, we provide them with an alternative way to make more money.
Yeah, but it's hard. Yeah, but being carnivore and carnivore
How do you make money
are
off
really
carnivore?
good
Right.
cash grab.
It is
Dr.
not a
Joel
cash.
Fuhrman
Well, I mean,
flying ribeyes.
I guess selling supplements of organs, that seems to be pretty
There you
lucrative.
go.
Yeah.
Put it in a pill form.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
put
what
it-
most doctors do anyway. I'm sure as a vegan doctor, he has to prescribe vitamins and supplements for people all the time, anyways.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
what long-term vegans don't use, vitamin B shots or something, right? B and D and who knows what else they need. Right? Where do those poor people get any real collagen? They got to be falling apart.
Right.
So what's his name? Who's the doctor that broke his foot stepping out of the elevator? The cardiologist that was on Joe Rogan.
Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these guys that they have failing bones. Who else will do it? Maybe we said Joel Fuhrman, but there was somebody else, some other famous vegan that broke a bone doing something real simple. Anyways, yeah, these poor people. So that's it, guys. Did you want to wrap it up, or do you have some more hammers to drop?
No, I mean that one was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You know. But Ray, you should plug your event next Saturday.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You're
gonna-
gonna put it on the show notes. So, an event I will be doing the Weston Price. I will be meeting and saying why is red meat beneficial for your health, and I'm going to explore all of the facts about red meat and also the myths behind it.
Sweet.
So, take a watch.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll put a link. I shared a quick little article there about why vegans are at a um, higher risk of breaking bones. Didn't mean to step on you there, Ray, but we'll put a link
It's
to your
cool.
event in there. Hopefully, we'll get plenty of people showing up for that.
Because not enough protein. Your body becomes weak like a little girl, and then you
Mhm.
break things.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that bones are built on a protein skeleton. You know, the extracellular matrix of the bone is all protein. So one should have a goal of having good, strong bones, especially when you get older, Dr. Furman. You might
All
consider
right.
that. But yeah, this
Yeah,
is
we should start taking bets of like who's gonna start breaking hips first, like vegan doctors or carnivore
Right.
doctors.
okay. I hate to be grim too, but you know what we should do would be a great experiment is we could take now a lot of people go vegan or a lot of people go carnivore because they have health issues, right? And they're looking to resolve them. So it would only be fair to consider those. But what if we compared vegan slash vegetarians and their health with similar carnivores, right? Similar age, similar diseases, and see which ones. We're living in the middle of a pandemic right now, so here's an opportunity. You know, see whose immune system is stronger. Because I mean, this is really the thing we should have been talking about from day one. Is if you want to not get COVID-19 and die, you should be worried about your immune system, right? Everybody's sitting around waiting for a vaccine. We don't really know if that vaccine's going to work or not. It might help. It might have severe consequences because that's the whole reason why they didn't put this type of vaccine out before was because in all the animal studies, there are a lot of side effects. But now we have an emergency, so they approved it. And it's probably better than nothing, which is what we had before. But at the same time, focusing on a vaccine and not talking about how people
Health.
can improve their immune system is just
Mhm.
ridiculous because a strong immune system trumps a vaccine every time, right?
No doubt.
Yeah,
And
I don't know any doctors that would argue about that.
and there are a couple of carnivores that have gotten COVID, and it seems to take them down for a day or two. But then, I mean, Michaela Peterson, she was very open about her catching it, and I think her dad also caught it as well, if I remember right.
Mm.
And they're both carnivore, and they were able to bounce back pretty easily. And you know, none of us here have caught it, at least I
Not that
believe
we
not.
know of, but of
Not
course,
that we know of.
I haven't
I've
been
heard some
tested.
carnivores have had it, so but they all went through it pretty fine from what I hear. But I'll
Yeah.
never get tested either, so I'll never know. I know I haven't even got a cold since last October, so I know I didn't get it.
I
Or
would.
maybe I was carrying it. I don't know.
I'm not opposed to getting tested, but you know, if I could just walk out tomorrow and inexpensively get a test, I'd do it. But since I'm not sick, it's not a priority, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to be taking a test that somebody who's not feeling good should be taking. You know.
exactly.
Right.
Not only that, you're gonna spend $150 for the test. That's how much I heard it costs.
Yeah,
Ouch.
Yeah.
the cheapest I've heard is 85, and
Well,
then
with insurance, right?
and I've known some people have paid over 200.
Yeah. Yeah. Without insurance. Yeah. So it does range.
Yeah. So and there and again, the testing's all over the place. It was all approved under emergency circumstances,
Right.
and all kinds of people tried multiple tests and got conflicting results. So we
Yeah.
don't really know how, and that's going to take years to sort out how reliable the test is. You know, and it's just like I saw in one of those
Great point.
articles. It said some kind of food, Chinese ice cream or something, tested positive for COVID-19. But the guy who invented the PCR test, the PCR, the amplification, said If you use
Mhm.
PCR, the amplification, you're going to find COVID-19 in every living system. So it's like, at what level is the testing meaningful or yield meaningful results? Is the kind of thing that 10 years from now people will be writing about it, right? Because we don't really know.
Hopefully.
I have a feeling, Tom, since you mentioned those words, that we might not be getting posting.
It's possible. It's possible. It's pretty deep in the hey, we're not telling people not to get vaccinated. We're not telling people not to take precautions. We're just saying, hey, you should look into well, I've mentioned it before. Like I make a point to eat oysters every week.
Yeah.
Make sure I got plenty of zinc. I make sure and take every opportunity to get a little sunlight, to get some vitamin D, make sure I get enough vitamin D, because it is technically winter now, but fortunately we still get a chance to get some sunshine here. So,
Too much sunshine.
yeah, the last couple of days it's been a little hot, hasn't it?
Yeah. Summer 2.0 always in Southern California.
Yeah. So
It's cold over here.
why wouldn't you,
Yeah, that's right.
So anyways. Yeah, poor old Joel Fuhrman.
And as always, if anyone we've defamed, talked about in this article, if you want to come on and talk to us and defend your positions, you're always welcome. Provided we're not banned off YouTube.
Right. Well, I know we're always exploring the other platforms, so you may have to find us there.
Yes.
Library and
Library.
Minds. We're already we got a little bit of a presence there. So
Ooh, about Minds, I gotta share. Got my first comment on a Minds post where someone was like, hey, Carnivore is great. A lot of people get stuff from it. So sweet. My first comment. Go.
excellent.
Minds.
Yeah, and I'd like to say, veganism is kind of an elimination diet. They eliminate a lot of things out of their diet, right? And people say
all the parts that are important, they eliminate.
It's a fasting mimicking diet, if you really want to be honest.
They tend to get malnourished, though, right?
Yeah, they do, right?
I mean, any diet where you need to supplement when you're a normal person. I mean, assuming you don't have any sort of special circumstances, or you haven't depleted something before you got on that diet, then you got to wonder, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here? 3.7 million years of documented evolution from previous hominids to here. We ate meat. I always tell people, go to the produce section in the store you shop in, look up any one of those fruits or vegetables you eat and look at the history of it and realize it just wasn't available. So anyways, so we wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody out there, eat some meat, feel better. Make sure you leave your comments, give us the old thumbs up. Make sure you stay subscribed, get the notifications. If you have any problems with stuff like that, let us know. It seems to have actually gotten a little better. We appreciate it. Maybe send a link to this video to somebody who will benefit from it or be interested in it. Again, send all your hate mail to Justin because he has a bigger mailbox too. So, and until next time, whatever you do, don't
fall down the carb hole.